Hey friends, it's Saturday, October 17th, 2020. Thank you for joining me. Happy new moon. It's a beautiful day here on planet Earth. There is only good things happening in this universe, and there's only a source of pure positive. We are one with this source. So, no matter what time we're in, whether it's 2020 or if we go back 100,000 years in human history, or if we go forward 100,000 years in human future, the scenario is always the same in the sense that there's infinite variety, and there's always going to be enlightened and unenlightened beings, and an infinite spectrum and range where people and sentient beings can be anywhere on the range from completely enlightened to completely temporarily pinched off from pure positive energy. And each of us as individuals at any given time can be anywhere on that spectrum. So when we accomplish alignment and expand, we can never go back. However, we have to keep up with our own expansion in order to stay in alignment with pure positive energy. So it is a process for all of us, and it becomes, so it's like we expand. If you think of like a balloon, blowing up a balloon, like a plastic balloon, and it expands as far as it can go, and then it detracts, and that's the ebb and flow of expansion and contraction, of valleys and peaks in our own life and spiritual evolution. But each time that the balloon expands and detracts, the next time it expands, when we catch up with our vibrational escrow and align with our vortex, it expands even larger than it did the previous time. And when the ebb comes again, it contracts, yet it contracts less than it did the previous time, and so on and so forth. So this is the nature of expansion and ascension and creating our own reality. And so the algorithm and the pattern of infinite variety and the various degrees of consciousness within sentient beings and humanity at any given time, we as a unique individual are always creating our own objective reality that's only objective to us as the subject that's creating it. So our enlightened posture to allow for what we really want for ourselves and everyone is to see everyone's inner self, inner being, and higher self, and see everyone as their higher self and their inner being. So to see the version of everyone that is connected with love consciousness and pure positive energy. And so no matter what we're talking about, if we're talking about the world, the planet, the collective, no matter what subject we take, we don't need to worry about unenlightened beings, or perhaps beings that have, for some whatever reason, bad intentions. We don't need to worry about power structures or any level of organization of humans of any consciousness. Nobody has the ability to assert themselves into our reality. So the same pattern is always operating through evolution. So as culture evolves, momentum increases and things progress. So things are always changing, but they're really just changing to more of the same within this algorithm. But it's a more futurized, evolved, expanded version of it. So what I'm getting at is, like, if there are people in the world who have the ability to organize and do things that we would consider not in the best interest of other people, if that's happening, and we can observe throughout history that that's what I'm talking about with the unenlightened spectrum, all that's actually doing is it's creating the invincibility and the empowerment of the enlightened spectrum. So every subject is two subjects. So it's this divine operating sequence in which we're all secure within our own reality and nobody can assert themselves. And we align with the pure positive energy that we are. And in so doing, any potential negative act of any human being on any level, all it actually does is it enhances the opposite end of the spectrum. So when we're in alignment and we are aware and we're awake and tuned in, we can enter into this true, the peace that, the peace that is beyond all understanding, or whatever, the true, the wine, drunk with the wine of transcendent bliss, to be truly Zorba the Buddha. I like to call it Nascar the Buddha driver. To be aware of ourselves as an infinite, creating our own unique physical reality. So we are secure, and we don't need to look into the physical world and try to sort anything out. We can just understand that it's the same pattern and algorithm always, and all we need to do is focus on the wanted end of the spectrum, on the pure positive energy. And it really is the simple, and this is the solution to every human scenario. And simply by practicing it in our own life, it allows for the collective upbringing of all in the most enjoyable, satisfying, and enlightened way possible for ourselves and everyone. Thank you.